Busy show as always.
Good.
So
well,
what's going on musically this weekend?
Not quite as busy. We're in a bit of a lull. The big thing that I suppose to talk about to start off with is Maximum Ames Music Festival starts actually today and goes through Sunday. If you're not familiar, here's how this works. You're going to go up to Ames because it's going to take place at a number of places, not just music venues and bars, but a lot of local businesses are getting involved as well. So you'll go in. It's something very similar to what they do. They actually got the idea from Mission Creek, which then passed the idea on. Now the Des Moines Music Coalition does it with like Gross Domestic Product and Little Big Fest, where you'll go down to the East Village, right, and like Ishi Bike and Ray Gun will have these pop-up shows. Same thing's happening at Maximum Ames all weekend long. So you'll go up there at night and they'll have the schedule is posted on their website, maximumames.com. You can go to local businesses. Most of it's free. You just kind of walk in and in and out as you go. And all weekend long there's going to be local music happening. They've got a couple dozen bands from Des Moines, bands from the greater Iowa area, the Midwest region, and some national acts. Grandmaster Flash and the Mountain Goats are both the headliners this year.
Molly's beaming now.
Yep,
Grandmaster Flash is going to be in town.
Yes, hip hop. So, okay, so you said local businesses are involved. The bands, are they playing inside the businesses?
They are.
Okay, can you shop and listen to music? Or
most of the shows take place in the evening after the businesses are closed.
Okay.
Mainly because most of the businesses up there are fairly small, and so once you get people in there, it's pretty crowded. So they'll usually go ahead and close down, have like an employee or two kind of watching stock. But beyond that, yeah, it's just you're there kind of listening to the music. The sets are all fairly short, 20 minutes, 25 minutes, somewhere in there. Then when you get into like the more traditional music venues like DGs and that kind of thing, then you'll get more longer sets, bigger crowds like that.
Now, we've talked about this for a while. Did not realize it was the Iowa State weekend. So that's going to make it even more interesting. It
will, yeah. So it'll be where are they this year? Is it in
Iowa State?
So there you go. So it'll be a little busier up there.
Makes it kind of fun though. It'll be a fun atmosphere up in Ames for music lovers, sports lovers.
Absolutely, and it does help that, like I said, the vast majority of these shows are going to be free. You'll pay for the headliners, of course. Grandmaster Flash, I believe, is going to run you about $12-15. But all the local and regional acts, go into these small businesses or the smaller bars, totally free. So it's going to be a really, really fun way to kind of buzz up, spend a couple hours, spend your weekend up there, especially if you're going for the game. Get up a little bit early, stay a little bit late, plenty of stuff to see and do.
What time do they get things started during the day or night?
I believe the first show takes place at 5 p.m. today.
All right.
So it starts pretty quick, and then they're going to run pretty much every evening about that schedule 5, and then to close the bars down. But again, MaximumAmes.com is going to be your place to go. They've got all your ticket prices, your schedule, your lineups, all that good stuff. Check it out. Buzz on up there. Really good stuff. Couple other real quick announcements we have. One being, we talked last week about how Joe Lawler has left the Des Moines Register, 14 years there, 10 years as the music writer. His last day was actually the 4th. His last pieces are still kind of trickling out now as over the next week or so. But they've announced Matthew Limecooler is going to be his replacement. Matthew's a transplant.
Who is this guy?
Yeah, he's been here, I believe, about a year and a half, maybe a little bit longer.
We might need to bring him in so we can run him through his paces.
We can see what we can do about that.
Where's Joe going? Do you know?
Joe got a job working for a public relations firm out in West Des Moines. So he's doing some kind of marketing, getting more in like the civilian sector. So, but it's one of those things. He's having his second kid now. He's kind of wanting to spend some more time with his family, and being out, at night going to shows and stuff was kind of taking away from that. So he wanted to kind of get something a little bit more a little more 9 to 5.
Got it.
But Matthew's freelance for them for a while, so he's familiar with their editorial process. He knows a little bit about local music. So he's going to be a good welcome addition. You'll start seeing his stuff kind of roll out towards the end of this month. So same places you went to see Joe, dmjuice.com, Juice on the newsstands, Des Moines Register. It's all
needs to be plugged into all those places.
Exactly right. Yep. Last announcement, just an upcoming show that's coming up this week. Murder Earth, which is a local metal band, really, really popular metal band, a lot of fun. They're releasing their debut CD this week. This has been 3 years in the making here. They've had some trouble with some lineup changes. They've had 5 drummers in 3 years.
Look at their happy logo. That logo puts a smile on your face.
Which is really funny because if you meet the guys, they're about as nice as you're going to find.
Which is usually the case. Yeah.
Exactly. But yeah, so that's up at Lefty's this Friday, 8 p.m. Tickets are $6. take an extra 10 spot, buy the CD while you're there.
Yeah.
Really good time. So that's what we got for you this weekend.
That is perfect. Now, people want to get caught up in music in general. Where do you suggest they go?
BandBombshell.com. New stuff every day, including I was supposed to go up yesterday, but I got busy. So today is actually going to go up with our second installment of our Completely Covered series.
Right.
Where we've got
you
10
heard about
local
this,
bands.
Molly?
I have not.
Tell her about this.
We have 10 local bands that all take their turn covering the same song. The idea is kind of to see how different genres and different artists will go ahead and approach something. So we did it back in February with Kanye West's Gold Digger. We had 10 local bands do it.
Oh, fun.
We've got a U2 BB King song this year, this session. James Bean was last week. We've got Gay Wilkinson, a group called Microwaved out of the Quad Cities that's going to be up to this week here. So every Wednesday you're going to have a new one of those.
Okay, we'll check those out. That sounds fun.
All right, buddy. Good job as always.
Thanks a lot, guys.
See you later, man. We'll be right back at 7:30.